All right, moving right along. Big news in the. Oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, you know what that reminds me? I watched
That's weird that reminds you.
No. Just stay on the train with me. Stay on. I'm moving.
Okay,
I'm moving.
all right. Going.
Dane Cook's new special. I watched the last 30 minutes of it.
Why the last 30 minutes first?
Because I was just flipping through the channels.
Oh, okay.
And I just
It was on
saw
TV?
It was on. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah.
No
He
shit.
is not funny anymore.
No shit.
And he just
Lost it?
He just holds on to what was funny 20 years ago almost.
Do you guys remember that joke?
He just but it's gotten to a point where it's really kind of mean.
That's why I noticed in his last stand-up special.
Yeah. His last couple of specials have been really bitter and there's some
Something,
anger that this
yeah.
dude needs to work out. He had this long bit where he was talking about how he broke into his girlfriend's phone and read her texts and stuff, and he was making a joke about right fellas, right, we look in the light and we can see your fingerprints and then we can break into her phone, right, and everybody's laughing and shit. I'm like, this isn't funny. There's something wrong with this dude. He's a fucking sociopath.
You're all sick.
And then and Dane Cook fans, they're just they're loyal to a fault. He didn't even make a joke. He said a phrase over and over again, and then he said a bigger word. He'll do something he'll just say a bigger word, and it was bigger word, if you will, and then the crowd just fucking loses it. I'm this dude's not fucking funny. Yeah. How are you laughing at this shit? Yeah, I sat there stone faced for 30 minutes just waiting for a good joke, and just dude's not funny no more.
He Family Guy'd himself.
Yeah, it was just an overkill. It was just too much.
He had one thing and then just beat it into the ground.
Wouldn't it be Family Guy, Dane cooked themselves?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, his earlier stuff, you can't. I don't want to hear shit. If somebody tells me his first couple of specials weren't funny, they're fucking lying.
Oh, I listened to his first special. I vividly remember this too. In high school, I was walking up the stairs to get to class, and I was crying.
Yeah.
Listening to it. I was walking up the stairs, literally tearing up.
Yeah.
Because it was so damn funny.
You remember me listening to it in auto class?
Yep.
Giggling like a little bitch.
Oh my God, it was so good.
His old stuff is it was funny. It's just the like I said, he's holding on to this frat boy.
Yeah, and
image.
I mean, maybe it was us too.
Right.
It came around at the time where we were high schoolers,
and it was right at that time.
It hit the perfect time for us. So maybe if we look back at it now, and it may not hold up as well as we remember it either.
No, his older bits are still pretty funny. I listened to some of his older stuff just to kind of remember why I even liked him in the first place.
Right.
And some of his stuff is still pretty funny. It's just that cadence that he has. The fact that there's not really a punchline to the joke, it's just a long story.
Yeah,
with
storytelling.
He's just a character when he's telling his story.
Right.
And it's not.
It just doesn't hold up anymore.
Yeah, he just does the same thing over and over
so
and over.
The jokes that were funny before, they're funny now, partly because of nostalgia.
Yeah,
just
of course.
remembering oh man, this used to be so goddamn funny.
Right.
Now this is just so goddamn sad.
Yeah, it is kind of sad because he seems sad and angry at his ex-girlfriend or other comedians who have exposed him.
I mean, it's just him, his stand up, because Jerry Seinfeld can be angry, Bill Burr can be angry.
That's
and
true.
Make it funny.
That's true.
Right. But if Dane Cook is
Seinfeld,
angry,
I think that's what's so genius about Seinfeld is that his bits are so angry, masked with this sarcasm and this wit, but they're really angry. Same thing with Bill Burr. His shit is he's fucking furious at some of the stuff he talks about, but the way that he does it.
Right, and that's his shtick though. Dane Cook didn't come out that way. He started off as just a storyteller.
Right, and I think that's why it's so jarring. Is to hear him be so angry at something, especially another person.
Right.
Is really weird to hear.
Yeah.
So it kind of turns you off. It's why is he so? He used to be really funny and jumping around the stage and I'm waving my arms. People can't see that.
No.
He didn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird to see him so angry at stuff.
Yeah.
He lost his way. He lost the plot.
And I think obviously I don't know the guy personally, but I think it has a lot to do with the way that he was seen as trying to be a legitimate Hollywood star for a while,
right.
And people just were not having that.
No, they
no
resisted
way.
that shit.
Absolutely. So I think he may have a chip on his shoulder
Well, it's
about
because
that,
he's so
too.
awful at acting.
you can't get mad at people for your lack of talent.
Right.
Oh, I mean,
he's pretty bad at them.
Yeah,
I don't know how many
alright.
movies you've seen him in, but he's pretty awful.
Yeah, you're holding on to that high school nostalgia.
well, no, I'm not saying that he's a great actor or anything, but I think at least he tried to do it.
Yeah.
And I think even in that,
And he
when
kept trying.
Yeah, and when you
Trying.
fail at that, it has to be frustrating. But he didn't take it in stride. I'm saying.
I think it's that, and I think it's like I said, knowing that your peers do not respect you.
Yeah,
To be in an
yeah,
industry where everyone, including the people who do the same thing, don't like you, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
That's gotta sting a little bit, and maybe he may not admit it, but that's gotta bring you down a little bit.
Yeah.
You
for
know,
sure.
if this blew up and like every other podcaster was like, they're derivative and they steal jokes and fuck those guys, it would suck.
Yeah.
You know, like we'd keep doing it because
Right.
we love it, but it would suck to know that every other podcaster was like, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
So,
But then he is a multimillionaire.
yep. So,
So
he goes home to that every night.
that's
Yeah.
nice. Can't be too mad.
No.
Yeah.